Welcome back to Project 613. Today we begin a new topic within the Mitzvot, and that is the laws that relate to monetary disagreements between people. When one person calls another person to court, claiming that he owes him a certain amount of money, or any other sorts of monetary disputes, the Torah says that this should be brought to a Jewish Beit Din, to a Jewish court, and the law should be decided according to the way the Torah prescribes. This is known as the laws of To'en V'Nitan, the plaintiff and the defendant. Now, of course, within these laws, there are many hundreds and even thousands of specific laws, and over the coming days, we will discuss some of the main key principles that there are within this category. So to start today, we will talk about to describe the scenario that the Torah itself describes when introducing this law, and that is the case of when two people are arguing where the plaintiff says that he is owed £100, let's say, and the defendant, rather than denying owing any money, he says, I owe £50. So he admits half of what he is being called for. What do we do in such a case? Again, if there were witnesses and if there was documentation, this would be a simple case. But we're talking about a case where there is no documentation, there are no witnesses. It's my word against his word, and therefore, technically, if the defendant would have just denied the whole thing, there would have been nothing, there would have been no case. The case would have been closed. But he didn't deny it. He didn't either admit the whole thing, which of course then we would make him pay it. But over here, he admitted half. So what does that mean? Is he telling the truth? Is he lying about the other half? How are we to determine that? So the Torah says that in such a case, we are to make the defendant pay the half that he admitted to and make a shivuah, swear holding a Torah scroll and pronouncing the name of Hashem to the truth of his claim that he doesn't owe the other half. And then he would be dismissed and he wouldn't have to pay it. What's the reasoning for this? What's the rationale? The reason is that we suspect, the Beit Din suspects, that truthfully the defendant does owe the full amount. And perhaps the reason why he's only admitting to half is because currently he doesn't have the funds, or because he's embarrassed to outright deny the money that he owes. The Talmud tells us that we have a principle when it comes to these laws, that human nature is that a person will not outright deny money that he owes to someone in front of their face. And in this case, this person, by admitting half, he's saving himself by that embarrassment of denying a truth which he knows to be the truth. And therefore, he agrees only to half of it. And we are worried, the Beit Din is worried, that perhaps really he owes the rest. It's for this reason that the Beit Din impose on him, to, besides for paying the part that he admits, to make a shivuah, to make a promise. And it's a type of promise which would be something that your average person would think twice before making such a promise, because it's a promise that involves holding the Torah scroll and pronouncing the name of God. And most people would not bring themselves to make that sort of promise in front of a panel of Dayanim on the Beit Din if indeed it wasn't true. If this individual is ready to do that, then the Beit Din do trust his word and do believe that in fact he only owes half of the amount of money. But if he is worried and he says, no, I don't want to make that promise, then the Beit Din would compel him to pay the full amount. We will continue with some other examples and some other laws in tomorrow and in the coming days. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.